Hello Taurus, Elsie here to do a reading for you. Happy Sunday to you. I hope the weekend is going well. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how your weekend is. Thank you for clicking here. I appreciate you. I've come here just to drop a bonus read on you, Taurus, just to end the week before the next sneak peek comes out for you. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. It is a bonus reading, and if you're here for the first time, please know I come back a few times a week, sometimes every day if I have the energy, to give Taurus bonus readings because the Tauruses eat up my readings so very quickly. So I'm here to do a bonus read for you, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And if you are brand new, welcome, welcome. If you always click here, thank you for doing that. Thank you for being part of this tribe. If you've not subscribed yet, I hope you will do that. A lot of you come by, give me your clicks and views on a very consistent basis, but you haven't yet subscribed, so I hope you'll decide to do that. Thank you if you do. All right, here we go. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What is going on with the Taurus tribe? I'm your bully sister, by the way. I am Taurus Sun. All right, Taurus, we have the Hanged Man. It feels like a decision. It feels like a decision, and it feels like you've been healing, or you've been sort of keeping to yourself, right? Not really saying much to anyone. It feels like you're trying to heal from something here. Something that possibly has gone on in the past. It is in a past position here. I think the thing that is most on your mind is the Hanged Man. I think that you feel a little stuck, and that it's time. It's like you feel a little stuck. It's like you can't say what you want to say. You want to speak up and say something. You also want to liberate yourself from this Hanged Man energy. I don't think you want to be stuck here anymore. And I feel like you're stuck here in the mind. I feel like you're listening to your gut, stuck in the mind. You're thinking about things on a loop. That's what it feels like here. You're stuck here because you're stuck in the mind. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is wanting to liberate themselves, right? This can be the divorcee. Maybe you're divorced. It doesn't have to be that, though. But the Queen of Swords is someone who's ready to speak up. I'm ready to speak to you honestly and truthfully, and it really doesn't matter to me if you like what I say, but I'm going to speak the truth to you nonetheless. And it's not a twisted truth, understand. It's not her perception of twisted truth. It's the actual truth. It's like, the situation as I'm thinking about it, it's like I really want to be honest with somebody here. All right. It feels like there may have been an argument, Taurus, or a situation where we couldn't come to terms with what we were talking about. Somebody didn't agree with me and I didn't agree with them. And so we had to drop our swords and walk away. Because we have 4 and 1 in the hand of the Queen is 5. She holds the Ace of Swords, right? Wanting truth and honesty. Tell me more about Taurus, please. I really feel like you're healing from something. It's something that you just walked away from, Taurus, or something that you decided to close the door on. Now, I think that you wanted to say something before you met this milestone. I think that you will see it as a milestone should you be able to just finally say your piece. A lot of people are like that. They can't just let it go. They have to say something. So I feel like I'm speaking to someone who's letting it go, that you've let go of this feeling of, I got to tell my side. I got to tell my side. Because really the person that hurt you, if they're not coming back to say sorry, do they really care about your side? And you know what? You can give that to the universe. You can journal that out. You don't have to say it to anybody. And I think that's a lesson that you've learned here, Taurus, that you don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to say it to anyone. In order to get out of your head, you just need to pick up the sword, which might be your pen. Get to journaling, Taurus. I really do feel that you figure it out, because we do have the World card here, which is the achievement, right? It's closing the door on something, a chapter, and moving along. Moving along. You might be physically moving, but if you're not, it feels like you're moving along in your thoughts. I've decided I'm just not going to be obsessed with this thought of, because I feel like you're stuck here thinking about the things that you would say to this person. I think for the majority that I'm reading for, though, you've decided that you don't need to say your side, that you can just close the door. You can decide to close the door, know your own truth, know that you have honest truth in your heart, and you can just carry on. There you are, the Hierophant. For some of you, I feel this is a lesson learned. This, to me, as an Empress, I am the Empress. And as an Empress, it feels like this was the hardest lesson for me to learn. And it may not be for you. Maybe you're someone who's used to speaking up. And I was used to speaking up too, but I was doing it in the wrong way. So if you're being aggressive and you're yelling at people and you're kicking ass and taking names, and that's not what this is. That's not what this is at all. This is someone who is highly intelligent, who uses all of their words, who keeps their shit in check. This is someone who is just going to be honest with you in a very assertive way and not an aggressive way. This is someone who's got it all together. They can hold it together. And so when you finally have met the message of the Queen of Swords, you are someone who doesn't feel the need to yell at people and tell them your side. You can just keep it within the self and know that it's the truth and reach. I feel like this is really a lesson that you've learned. Somebody here has become the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. We've got the World card, which is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. The Hierophant, of course, is you. That is the energy of Taurus, right? This is also, being on a path, picking a path and staying on that path. I do believe in this particular reading, though, it is a lesson learned that helped you move on. You moved on because you were able to heal, I feel. Tell me about the Hanged Man, please. What does Taurus need to know about the Hanged Man? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I've got the Two of Wands. I feel like you do get out of the Hanged Man energy here. I feel like you've been hanging here because you're at the crossroads of your life and you're not unsure about which path you want to take at this point. Look, that's a great place to be, though, right? Being able to have choices. There's a lot of people in this life that don't have choices, that they've given up all of their agency and they don't have choices. Someone else is in control of their life, like people who are incarcerated, right? They've given up their choices. And so if you have choices, consider yourself one of the blessed. So you do have a choice here, and it feels like you're about to open up the gate and walk through. You're going to pick a path here, and it's time to get out of this energy. You could have Piscean energy. You don't have to, but it's time to get out of this stuck energy or a place where you've been self-sacrificing, possibly, like punishing yourself for not speaking up sooner, or whatever the Queen of Swords would do. It feels like a place that you were stuck until you realized that you are the Queen of Swords. So we do have the King of Cups here, and we have the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is a place that you end up when you don't want to see the situation for what it is. And that could be something that you were going through while in the Hanged Man energy. It feels like it was a block, or you were blocking yourself from love because you were so much into thinking about what you would say to this person to close the door. It feels like you gave up a little bit of your agency and you blocked yourself from love here. It feels like you may have blocked yourself a little bit from love by staying there in the Hanged Man energy. Look, the Hanged Man energy has a place and a purpose. It's a place of sacrifice. It's a place of surrender. It is, it's a place that we all should be in once in a while to think about things. We have Three Swords here. It feels like what you're healing from here is heartbreak or disappointment. Somebody disappointed you or broke your heart. I think that this situation of heartbreak, and before you went into the healing, I feel like it shut you off, like it closed you down. And it feels like you have a block as pertaining to love. We have the King of Cups here. I feel like in your energy of the Hanged Man, you've also learned that even though you were broken here for a bit, even though somebody really did you wrong, I feel like you've realized that you can love again. And I think it's a realization that I'm not ready yet with the Two of Swords, but if I take off this blindfold and I see things for what they actually are, it feels like you don't realize how resilient you are, or that you've learned this really beautiful lesson here. We've got 6 and 4, which is 10. It feels like something here is coming to an end, and I think it is you being in this Four of Swords energy. You're moving on from that Four of Swords energy. So the 10 of Swords is telling me that you are healing from betrayal, which is what this 3 of Swords felt like, Taurus. It feels like somebody betrayed you here. Tell me more about this. We've got the 10 of Wands. It caused a lot of burdens for you. I feel that you were burdened by this situation. We have the Queen of Cups. So this was a soulmate connection, or you felt like this person was your soulmate, but this soulmate love became very burdensome, I feel. It became something that was hard for you to carry around, but I feel like you became really resilient. And I don't mean to say that I think you should have gotten that lesson. I feel like it was something that you needed to learn. I feel that the Ten of Swords is taking care of the Ten of Wands. We've come to the end of cycles now because she's holding the Ace of Swords, right? So the Ten of Swords is here. When the 10 is here, we know that the cycles come to an end, and now it's time to start again with the Ace of Swords. So we do have the Six of Wands. I feel as though this is that you came from a place of a harsh past, I want to say. And I want to say, if you're the one that's carrying the burdens, that you're almost at the finish line here with the Six of Wands here. You're almost at the finish line. And it took some sort of a realization about somebody to turn you into the Queen of Wands. It feels like with the Tower in the distance here, it feels like you went through some hardship. Yep, somebody did you dirty here. And I feel like you are now just getting to a place where possibly you're feeling a little bit more healed. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. Feminine or masculine, this could be your energy. We're not reading body parts, my friends. We are reading energies, right? So it doesn't matter if you are an air sign or not. We do have the Seven of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Pentacles. I feel as though at first, as you're coming into this Queen of Swords energy, it feels as though you're still a little bit defensive. That, even though you are coming to this learning of this lesson, that you don't necessarily have to tell your side of the story, Taurus, in order to be able to heal. I feel that as you get into this Queen of Swords energy, that you're still feeling a little bit defensive here. We've got the Seven of Wands. It feels like now you know how to stand your ground and hold up the sword, hold up the wand. It feels like now you know how to protect yourself, because I see both of these people as boundaries. I see this person who is holding their position against whomever wants to say whatever about them. It feels like I'm going to let them say what they're going to say, let them think what they're going to think. I've got boundaries, and if they come for me, they're going to have to deal with my boundaries first. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Pentacles. It feels like that there is some sort of an opportunity here, Taurus, to have reciprocity with somebody. And tell me more about this, please. Tell me about this reciprocity. Tell me about this opportunity here that's been traveling. I feel like this is an opportunity that I feel you're going to hold your position on. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Ace of Coins. So you had your rosy colored glasses on, and you thought that the situation that you were in that broke your heart, you thought it was great because you were looking at it. It's like you brought all the energy, and this person was just as they were, but you had the rosy colored glasses on. And so you're like, yeah, go ahead and invest in me. We have Seven Pentacles. I don't think you're going to do that again. You're going to wait now, because you know what? The Queen will never react, never lash out and react. The Queen of Swords is somebody who will respond, who's going to sit back, look at the situation, think about it, think it out, and then I'm going to talk to you. I don't think you're ever going to put those rosy colored glasses on again. Tell me what this achievement or this milestone is here of closing the door for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. You are getting out of the Eight of Swords. I love it. You're getting out of your head. You're no longer thinking about this person, this situation, and how they hurt you. You no longer have it on a loop in your head, Taurus. There we are. And that was the last lesson you needed to become the Empress. I love it. So it feels like for some of you, you have literally achieved the Empress energy. That by not lashing out, not having to tell your side, just closing the door and wandering off into the future, I feel like that was the lesson you needed to learn, because the Queen of Swords isn't someone who's going to yell at people. The Queen of Swords is someone who's going to look it over with facts, head over heart, with facts, numbers, right? We're going to make the equation and figure it out. I feel like your achievement or your milestone is that once you get out of your head, you realize that you're the Empress. You've got the lesson that you needed to become the Queen of Swords, and it had to be that way. That's the thing. We don't, Taurus, as people, no matter what sign we are, we don't want to see the lessons. We say, I'm right, they're wrong, they need all the lessons, I don't need the lessons. I feel like you needed a lesson. We all need lessons. In order to become the Queen, in order to become the Empress here, Taurus, you needed the lesson. We talked about the 10 swords here, and what happens when the Empress manifests, it shows up. And that's the truth, right? And so I feel like you needed this betrayal. You needed this terrible, awful ending for you to be able to become the Queen of Swords and make your decision to just leave it. Just leave it behind. Tell me about the Hierophant, please. What does Taurus need to know about the Hierophant, about the lesson learned here? Tell me about Taurus, please. Now, this doesn't even have to be love. This could be a family situation. This could be a best friend situation. This could be somebody at work. Take it as it resonates, my friend. This could be a child you're dealing with. As I say that, here's the Page of Coins. It could be a child that you're dealing with. Definitely. So we have the Page of Coins here. And so because you've learned this lesson, Taurus, you get to begin again. It's time for you to decide where you're going to plant your own pentacle. Because now you've got it to yourself. You've no longer got these rosy colored glasses on here. It feels like you have... this is something, it's like a clearing of karma, Taurus. It feels like it's something you needed to learn in this life in order to clear the karma from the last time you were here. Some of us come here knowing that we have karma, that we carry karma, that we must clear while we're here. Some of us get caught up and lost on the path. And some of us decide to come here and do the thing that we came here to do. And I want to say, you, Taurus, you've decided to come here to do the thing that you intended to do, and that was to have a new beginning after you cleared this karma, after you learned this lesson and became the Empress. I feel like we're talking about last lives or past lives here. I feel like now that you've cleared your karma, Taurus, it's time for you to move forward, and that's beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Look at that. So we have the Lovers and the Two of Cups. It feels like this is a lesson that you had to learn. You had to learn the lesson of the Queen of Swords. And you had to learn to just look at it from a distance and walk away. You don't always have to tell your side. You don't always have to get the apology. It's okay. You can still carry on regardless. And I feel like once you learn that lesson, Taurus, you're carrying on regardless. It feels like you, my friend, are going to be picked in some sort of a love situation, that we do have some sort of a really deep soul connection, whatever name you decide to put on that. It's a really deep soul connection here. One that you're going to notice immediately. Tell me more about this soul connection, please. It's like a reward for you learning the lesson. For you getting the lesson, Taurus. You leveled up and now more is expected of you. You're now being held to a higher accountability than maybe other people that are in your life. And it's because you held your tongue. We've got the Seven of Coins here. It's all about the growth, right? And it feels like the person who probably hurt you, as it's coming up on the person you've blocked, is the Emperor in reverse here, Taurus. It feels like somebody who is very overbearing, argumentative, somebody who wasn't emotionally available, someone who hid from their feelings. They couldn't speak up. They didn't say what they wanted to say. It feels like there was somebody here that I feel like you were waiting to see what would happen, but it ended up breaking your heart, because now that you know that the Emperor is here, and the only way that you can recognize an Emperor really is if you're an Empress. Like, it feels like you became the Empress and you recognized the Emperor, but what you didn't know is that this person was in reverse. And I think that's the person who broke your heart. They were somebody who was my way or the highway. And I think that you were pulling out your sword. You needed to learn how to be the Empress. Look, it's the plight of the Emperor to find an Empress who won't overthrow the kingdom, right? Who won't overthrow the empire. I feel like that we've got somebody here who is acting a fool, who is acting out here. I feel like you waited for a while about this Emperor here. You figured out that this person was lying to you, Taurus. And it came to blows. It came to arguments and fighting and battles and stuff that left you stuck. Tell me about this, Lovers and the Two of Cups, please. There we go. The Four of Wands. the Two of Coins, and the King of Wands. So for some of you, the person who's coming in that is the soulmate could be someone who is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. They don't have to be, but this person, no matter what their sign is, they follow their heart. There's someone who is who's in the upright here, so they have their passions in check. They follow their passions. They're independent. They're a go-getter. This person never takes no for an answer. That's the person that you'll be meeting. And I feel like this person is someone who does a really good job of keeping everything in check, just like the Queen of Swords. The Two of Coins is here. This person stays in balance. No matter what's going on around them, no matter what the energy is around them, they're going to focus on staying in balance. This person is someone who's going to become very serious about you very quick. All right. It's all coming into balance, Taurus. There's your karmic justice, my friend. And it's because you've learned a lesson. The karmic justice is coming for you. Take it as it resonates. I would love to hear you in the comments, and go. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be back, of course, because I'm always back. What else am I going to do with my time? I love you guys. I'm off for now. Bye-bye.